Hey guys, and welcome to Hero Lounge. I'm Heartless, and I'm gonna be your caster for today. So today we're gonna have a game between Fat12 and Apical Dominance. Fat12, for those of you who don't know, stands for Free Agent Team. Basically, it's a kind of a players thrown together into a random team. You know, they signed up in the website. They want to play in a semi, amateur competitive team, I guess, but they don't have a team of their own, so you can actually register there, and we'll assign you a team automatically. And this is why you oftentimes see a lot of teams called Fat something, or not Fat but Free Agent Team. Okay, so kind of a quick explanation there. So today we're gonna have again a game between Fat12 and Apical Dominance. The maps have been drafted. We had the ban pick phase already, and we are waiting here. The observer link, it's up and ready. So we have the observer link. The first map is going to be Battlefield of Eternity. The maps that were banned were Garden of Terror and Dragonshire. So Garden of Terror, as you know, for this video, you've been watching me casting before, not a big surprise to see it banned together with Blackheart's Bay. But instead of Blackheart's Bay, we're actually going to have Dragonshire as the second ban here. Actually, it was the first one. Garden of Terror came as the second ban, so fine. I'm letting the teams know that we are ready. Again, we had Garden Terror and Dragonshire banned, both of them by the teams. The first pick is going to be Battlefield of Eternity, followed by Infernal Shrine and Last Cursed Hollow. So very good choice of maps. Battlefield of Eternity, I feel like it's one of those maps nowadays that kind of resembles to Haunted Mines, right? I mean, a lot of people hated Haunted Mines because it was such a quick map, right? You would oftentimes not get to the 12 minutes mark. And so when you're talking about Battlefield of Eternity, you're actually in a very similar position, because if you have a Sylvanas on your team, and she's the one single most impactful hero on this map, if you have a Sylvanas on your team, she can easily snowball the map in your favor, right? I mean, even the first Immortal, that, you know, oftentimes if you don't have a Sylvanas on your team, the first Immortal will be very low impact, right? You hope to get the front walls, like depending on the composition. If you have a lot of poke power in your team, then you can kind of like get the front wall, but that's about it, right? And if you don't have a lot of poke, if you have a very melee oriented team, then you know what, you need to even pray to get the front wall, even with a Sylvanas on your team. Not in case you don't have a Sylvanas on your team, sorry. But if you have a Sylvanas on your team, it almost doesn't matter what composition you're going for. She single-handedly can make sure that you're taking the first the fourth down, even with the first Immortal. So she's very strong and very, very scary here. So as you can see in the ban phase here, I'm not surprised that we've seen her banned. She's a very common ban here. She's a very strong ban here. She's actually tier 1 in this map as far as banning go and picks go, in my opinion. So I'm not so surprised to see Sylvanas getting immediately banned here, and if not, I wouldn't be surprised if we'd see her immediately being picked here. But as it is, Apical Dominance are not going to play any games here. Sorry, Fat12 are not going to play any games here. They're going to be banning Sylvanas, playing itself, taking her out of the equation. So all of a sudden, how do you play this map if you don't have a Sylvanas? If you don't have the push power, the push potential with the Sylvanas, what you want to do is make sure that you have the damage needed in order to win the race. So Apical Dominance are going to secure their Li Ming, which I love on this map. Especially if you're going to go for the missile build, you can dish out a lot of damage. A lot of builds are viable here, or both her Q build, missile build, or build, completely fine. Missile build allow you for more damage on the Immortal overall, as well as poking potential, but of course either builds can work here. It's also depending on the team composition that FET 12 are gonna go. So 12 FET are gonna FET 12, sorry, are gonna go here with the ETC and the Uther combo here straight out of the bat, like immediately securing those two. And that already tells a lot about, you know, the type of style they're gonna go with, especially with the Uther, especially with the ETC. I wouldn't be surprised if you're gonna see the Greyman here, also because he actually is very good in this map. He provides a lot of damage onto the Immortal. So Apical Dominance are gonna go with the Johanna, which I'm not sure how much I like her here, and the Brightwing, which again I'm also not sure how much I like her here. I actually would have loved to see a more solid here, something like a Rhaegar. I mean, he's still open, and if you want to secure support, I would say go with the Rhaegar, much more solid here. But you know what, Brightwing can actually work on this map, despite the fact that the global is usually oftentimes not really used because it's such a small map. Brightwing can be used here to a very great effect, mostly because this map usually is very poke heavy, so you have a lot of engagement and disengagement between both teams here, and this is the points where Brightwing actually shines a lot, right? Because she doesn't have direct heal. Nowadays at level 10 people are gonna go with Emerald Winds instead of Blink heal. It does decent amount of damage, it allows for disengagement, and of course it adds 8% to your passive. It's not like my default. I know a lot of people think it's, or not think, but they rather take it as kind of the default heroic. I'm not sure how much I am sold on it still, despite the recent changes to Brightwing. But as it is, they have a Brightwing, and it can actually shine here as long as they have the coordination to actually do this dance of engagement, disengagement. Because if you can force a lot of pressure on the Uther healer, you can win a lot, because the Brightwing, again, the healer, the heal of Brightwing doesn't actually cost mana, which also means that I would have loved that one of their picks is gonna be a Lunara here. If you're gonna go Lunara versus a solo Uther, which seems to be the case now, you can put a ton of pressure on Uther to the point where you can actually win team fights after 2-3 disengagement, right? You poke the Uther, you go back, let the Brightwing heal, the Uther will try and heal, he will struggle very often, or rather he will struggle very much, and then you just go in again, you put a lot of pressure, and Uther is going to be like, well, I can't actually heal anyone because everything's on cooldown, what are we doing here? You disengage, Brightwing gonna heal everyone again, you go in again, and Uther's like, okay, all my teams are at half hit points, you're getting engaged now, what do I do? So I would love to see Lunara here. She's also pretty good on the Immortal as DPS. So I would have loved to see a Lunara here coming from Apical, but we'll see how they're going to respond. FET 12, they're going to go with the Falstad ban, which is absolutely fine. I would have loved to see again the Lunara ban from them to make sure there's no Lunara versus the single Uther healer. Again, you deny them the Lunara versus Uther, you also deny them a lot of damage, but instead they're going to go and kind of shut down the Falstad here, which is a solid ban, but I would have played it more safe in the form of banning the Lunara, but instead they're gonna go here and secure the Zagara. So Apical Dominance, what are they gonna do? They need to respond to this Zagara. They say have an option to go for the Lunara and then get another one that can actually contest the Zagara, which I would love to see a Thrall pick. So there are two picks in my opinion, should be Lunara and Thrall, and I would love their composition. I kind of not sold about the Johanna. The Brightwing needs coordination because you need to have this disengagement, this dance with her to actually get a lot of value from the Brightwing, especially if you have a Li Ming and especially if you have a Lunara. So you have a lot of poke potential, so all of a sudden disengagement playstyle kind of works out in their favor. So I would love to see this together with a Thrall here to secure the 1v1 versus the Zagara. But as it stands, they're going to go with the Kerrigan here, so they have a strong engager here together with the Johanna, which kind of meh. But still, are they really going to go with a single support but heavy melee composition? It can work, don't get me wrong, it can work if you have a very strong heavy dive composition, as long as you can actually execute the kill target perfectly. But that's the problem, you need to have perfect execution. You need to be like, okay guys, we're polymorphing and instantly killing this target. So we will see if it actually works out for them. From Fed 12, how are they going to respond to it? They have already their front line kind of. They can go for example, a Sonya here. A Sonya here would be amazing, but instead they're going to go with an Arthas, which also a solid pick. They are both feeling kind of the same role. Arthas more tankier, less damagey. Sonya is more damage, less tank. But both of them are kind of like on the same scales as far as are you a tank or are you a bruiser? You're kind of both, right? Alright, so the draft is ready, and the game is ready. So we will jump into the game any moment now. So yeah, so we have here a very interesting draft already by both teams. I love the opening. I think the opening of Apical Dominance was very solid if you have a lot of communication. I didn't like the Kerrigan choice. The Thrall is fine. The Kerrigan, again, I didn't like her. I would have loved to see a Lunara there to punish the Uther, but instead they're going to go there with a heavy diving composition, which means they will need a lot of coordination. They will need to hit this polymorph. They will need to kill the polymorph target because they really cannot make those fights last too long, and this actually is applicable for both sides. On the side of Fed 12, we have the Uther Greyman duo. We don't have the Tyrael here. But instead we have an Arthas, so they have a very strong line here, a very aggressive one, very damage heavy with the Arthas. We'll see how it works for them. We have the Zagara, which I love here. I think she's a very smart choice here. She provides a lot of sustain on the lane, a lot of push power on the lane, annoying 1v1, but luckily Apical, they picked the Thrall, so they have someone to contest her. All in all, I think I like the Fed 12 drafting a little bit more. Because the Kerrigan with the Brightwing, I just don't like it very much. Kerrigan, she needs the burst heal on her, because she needs those few seconds early in the game to build up the shields, to build up the sustain. And if she doesn't get this, if she cannot build up the shields prior to the fight, which oftentimes is what you see happen, unless you're on Infernal Shrines, if she cannot build the shields, she's still very squishy, despite the fact that she's Kerrigan and she's very scary, right? And this is where you want like a burst healer, like kind of get the initial heal on her until she builds up the shields, right? So we will see how it works. The game has started, so we're gonna jump straight into the game. All right. So the game has started. We're gonna have here on the left side, actually, we're gonna have Fed 12. Fed 12, and on the right side we're gonna have Apical Dominance. Alright, so on the left side of the map we have Fed 12 with Grafter on Arthas, Ramnekam on ETC, Frombing on Zagara, Buff on Greyman, and Mavel on Uther. And on the right side of the map here we have Lucian on Kerrigan, Murgle Castle, I hope I pronounced the name correctly, on the Johanna. We're gonna have Archon on the Leeming, Nicker on the Thrall, and Boozhound on the Brightwing here. And already see with this, we had the Zagara position in the bot lane. They are 3 at the bot lane here. I think they need to rotate. They definitely need to leave the Thrall here in a 1v1 situation with the Zagara. He can definitely hold his own, don't get me wrong about this. It's by no means an unfair fight there for the Thrall. It's a very skill-intensive matchup between the Thrall and the Zagara. So as far as level 1 goes, we're gonna have Frostmourne, not Frostmourne Hungers, but Eternal Hunger for Arthas on level 1, which I love to see, especially if you go for double tank composition there. So we're gonna have the extra damage here coming from the Arthas, you know, rolling like a stone from ETC, very standard. We're gonna have the Baneling upgrade, the Volatile Acid for the Zagara here, so no infast shenanigan coming from the Zagara here. We're gonna have Viciousness and not Wolfheart for the Greyman, a nice Power Slide by the ETC there, doing a little bit of damage, but he needs to be careful because he still doesn't have, their team still doesn't have the kill potential just yet. And we're gonna have for the Hammer of the Light Bringer for the Uther here. Kerrigan, by the way, gonna go with Sharpening Blade, which means that no Ravage build for her. Nice Ferrohat from the Thrall here. Nice combo from the Kerrigan. The leading the Arthas immediately there. And this kill came in a very timely manner there, as the Immortal just spawned right now, and there's still a few seconds until the Arthas will actually spawn and get into the fight there, which means that Fat Wolf, they need to be on the defensive. A nice kill on the Greyman again there. Kerrigan and Thrall doing a lot of work there. They really need to be careful here on the side of Fat 12. They need to be careful. They didn't have their Arthas. They were in a 5v4 situation there. Now they don't have the Greymane. They need to be on the defense here. They need to do a lot of poking here. They need to let their Immortal their zone for them as much as possible. But as it stands, Apical Dominance are going to take this first half of the Immortal in a very strong manner there. Ooh, a nice double combo there by the Kerrigan. Their Arthas is dropping low there, the Uther is dropping low, as well as the ETC. So a lot of damage coming here from the side of Apical on Fat 12, and I think like they are seeing a lot of damage taken. We are low on health. We're not going to be able to contest this. So instead, as we can see, both teams are kind of doing as much damage as possible. On the side of Fat 12, of course, they won't be able to win this Immortal. They are trying to take as much kill as possible, and you know what? They're actually doing a fantastic job there, doing a lot of damage to the Immortal, despite the fact that they started so far behind there. Zagara, by the way, immediately here at the bottom lane, exactly as expected. They need to respond there to it on the side of Apical, and they are sending the Thrall there to contest her. The rest of the teams, they definitely need to join with their Immortal. They don't have too much poke power here. The only poke that they have right now is the Li Ming, and this is what we were talking about early in the game. If you have a very melee heavy composition, the amount of damage you can do to the Immortal is very limited, but it also depends on your enemy team. If they don't have... Ooh, nice double combo there by the Kerrigan, doing a lot of damage here on the Arthas and the ETC, and the Orb connecting as well there on the ETC and the Greyman. Nice job by them so far, getting a lot of value for what seems to be a very melee heavy composition there. But you know what, they managed to land the combos with the Kerrigan, and now the Immortal is pushing onto the fort, and this should be the first fort of the game here. And as mentioned, that's a very big problem when you have melee composition on both sides here, right? So on the side of Apical, they have a lot of melee heavy front there. They have only a nice slide by the ATC, but I don't think he should be able to get anything done here. There's absolutely no follow-up there on his side of the team, which will result in his death. So very strong, very good opening here for Apical Dominance. However, Zagara does manage to get some value here in the top lane there. She already did destroy a tower, she already destroyed the front wall there, put some pressure on the other tower there, but otherwise, overall, a better trade here for Apical Dominance. They traded a little bit of a front wall damage here for an entire fort. So of course, value trade by them. Ooh, nice jump by the Kerrigan, getting the combo on the Greyman, but they won't be able to secure the kill there. So, very good opening for Apical. Despite the fact that they are melee heavy, they got in luck that their opponent also decided to go with heavy melee composition there. So we don't have a lot of kill potential, or rather potential to actually destroy the Immortal before he actually closes in on the building. And this is one of the problems when you go for melee heavy composition. You all of a sudden don't have the poke, and that means you not only do you not have the poke on your opponent, you also don't have the poke on the Immortal. And that can be a disastrous thing here. Nice try here, by the way, by the Thrall to get the jump on the Zagara. I felt like they should have waited with their Spirit Wolf a little bit longer there, save it for the Brightwing phase, so that then they can follow it up with a Polymorph here. So there's gonna be a small rotation to the bot lane there. Nothing should be happening here. Even if they sniff it out, I don't think they can actually contest this. They are kind of questionable on mana. So I don't know how much they can actually afford to go in the team fight here. The Greyman is jumping low and he's isolated there. A combo with Kerrigan will secure the kill on him, but no, he manages to just barely dodge it. Nice try by them. But we have a disconnected here, but we have a reconnection again here. So both teams here are looking to make something happen here. Apical are going to go and be very aggressive here onto the Immortal there. not trying to play any funny game here with their Immortal. They're gonna immediately go here and start DPSing the Immortal. But on the other hand, Fat12 doing an amazing job there, and I think that honestly they should be able to win the race. They have the Greyman there, they have the Arthas, they have the Zagar, they have a lot of auto attackers there that can actually give them a lot of sustained damage. And as we can see, the Immortal hit point is very close there, and Kerrigan jumps in with the combo here, catches both Arthas and the Zagara, and they're both dropping very low here. Nice job by them. The Thrall is on half hit points as well here, and the Uther is dropping low, but it doesn't matter, it's an Uther. Even if he dies, it's gonna be a lot of value for them. The Greyman is dropping low there, and he cannot connect with the Uther, and yes he does, so he's gonna be managing to save her, and instead the Kerrigan is taken down there, but on the side of Fat12 they are so low there. Can they connect a little bit of damage? They're allowing the reset for their Li Ming there, and it seems like they're barely gonna manage to escape. No, the Uther is gonna be taken down, so it's gonna be a 1-for-1, but it is an Uther Ghost, so he will allow, he will be able to actually heal his team up. So instead, they are going to continue here to damage the Immortal here. It seems like that on the side of Apical, they are ahead here and they should be able to win their race there. But again, it felt like Fat12, they had the better damage overall on the Immortal, even though they had only 3 people in there. Because if you put the Zagara on it, if you put the Greyman on it, it's a lot of damage. Ooh, nice double combo there, doing a little bit of damage here, but she needs to be careful. She's alone here. There's gonna be a few moments until her team are gonna join her on the side of Kerrigan, of course. But yeah, it felt like Fat12 could have definitely raced it. Because if you look at the Apical Dominance competition, who do they have that actually can do a lot of damage to the Immortal? Only the Li Ming. And as we can see, Li Ming didn't go for the missile build, so how much damage can she actually put there? But as it stands, they decided to play it safe. They felt like they're not gonna, or they thought they were playing it safe. They weren't sure about their damage, and you know what? They made apparently the wrong decision. They could have definitely raced, in our opinion. But as it stands, again, Apical Dominance, they have the Immortal, they are doing pushing here, and the ETC is getting caught here out of position. He should be taken down. A cleanse is being used on him, but it felt like a little bit wasted there, and the orb does connect, and the Kerrigan is on the chase there, and the stun from the Uther will allow him, but no. The Wave of Force from the Li Ming will secure the kill there. Nice nice combo there on the Uther, but there's absolutely no follow-up there. Nice try by them again. ETC, I feel like he needs to be a little bit more coordinated with his teammates. He cannot just simply slide there for the sake of sliding. He needs to have a follow-up, and he has a very strong follow-up from his team, or at least follow-up potential from his team in the form of Greyman and an Arthas. So if you can time up your power slide with a follow-up from the Arthas in the form of the Howling Blast together with the Greyman, you can do a lot of damage, a lot of lock-off potential. So we need to have more coordination on the side of Fat12. They're kind of not allowing for some random power slides there, especially not into a minion wave where you're kind of like alone there in the front line. So we're gonna have an engagement here. Nice opening there with the Sunder, the Divine Shield on the Arthas there. Not exactly sure what they wanted, but as it stands, there's gonna be a nice power slide here from the ETC, securing the kill on the Greyman, on the Brightwing, and the Greyman's on the chase. They're gonna delete the Li Ming there, and they're gonna delete the Kerrigan as well there, and they're looking to get killed there. Nice job by Fat12. This is exactly what they were looking for. They were fairly behind in experience, but as it stands, they're gonna have a 1-for-3 trade there for them, which is, you know, by all means a very favorable trade for them. Even if it was a 1-for-1 trade, it would have been favorable for them because they were behind on experience, because they weren't behind on level. But they got the 1-for-3 there, so good job by Fat12 getting the small comeback there, and most importantly, Mosh is still available. The Divine Shield was used on the Arthas, so no Divine Shield Mosh potential. But still, Mosh, if you can get some really good value by them, if you can catch the Li Ming and the Brightwing, you can get a ton of value out of the Mosh here. Because again, as mentioned in previous stream, or for those of you who are not aware, Kerrigan, while she can deny the Mosh, she can stop it. It's not something you want to do, right? You want to let Kerrigan have her combo for her own kill target. The same way as KT works. With Countess, you want to save Gravity Left for the kill target. You really don't want to play passive with those stuns there from Kerrigan and KT. You really want to just use them to kind of allow for the kill window there. So really, if ETC can get the Mosh there on the Li Ming and on the Brightwing, it would be amazing for them. But you know what? Enough time has passed where Divine Shield is ready for use again. So again, we have this Mosh Divine Shield fear here, and with a bit of coordination, they can get a little damage done there. ETC is dropping very low here without able to get the Mosh out there, as well as the Divine Shield not being used there to save him. A little bit wasted, I felt like, but good job by Apical getting that one kill, which will get them 13, which will allow them to contest the Immortal and possibly actually get a lot of poke damage done here. Fat 12, they need to be careful, they need to play passive, they don't have 13, there are also 4 players there, they need to wait for the ETC, and then they can look to make something happen. Because even if you're a talent behind, as long as you're the defensive, as long as you have the defender's advantage, you can do fine, because the Immortal just provides, you know, another body to block skill shot, as well as another thing there to kind of mess with your opponent through the AoE stun that he provides. So again, we do have the ETC Mosh ready, we do have the Divine Shield, so look for something happen. They are also clamped here. I feel like ETC could definitely go for something here, but instead here, they are gonna raise the Immortal, and they lost the Zagara, and they lost the Immortal. I felt like they could have definitely been more aggressive on the defense. I'm not sure what the Greymen looked to do at the bottom there from the side of Fat 12. I felt like they were far enough behind where they needed to be in the defense, especially considering they have Divine Shield up and Mosh up, so they had a lot of potential to make something happen there. And you know what, with a little bit of luck, you can get a stun, which will open up a window for your Mosh, as well as if you do go for a Mosh, you could be, again with a little bit of luck, have a follow-up in the form of a stun from the Immortal. So I felt like, especially considering their composition, they would have done much better defending there. But they are gonna go ham here on the side of Apical, not, ooh, nice Mosh there, and the Wave of Force completely misses there. We did hear the sound, so it did go off, but it did miss the ETC there. Or rather, it didn't have no effect there. So nice job by the ETC getting a triple Mosh pit, but it's still not going to be enough here. As we can see, there was not enough damage here as a follow-up, and as it stands here, we're going to have a 4-for-0 here, wiped by Apical Dominance on Fat 12, and this is going to be a direct route here for the core here, and the Immortal is still has enough health here where he can tank the beginning here, and this should be game. And congratulations for Apical Dominance here, winning game number 1 there between them and Fat 12. Wow. Good job there by the ETC at the end of the game. They're getting a value Mosh there and denying the Wave of Force from the Li Ming there, but still there was just not enough follow-up. There was just not enough follow-up by his team to actually secure any kills there inside the Mosh. So as it stands, sorry about that. So as it stands, Apical Dominance are gonna win game number 1 versus Fat 12. We are gonna go for a 2-minute break. The next map should be I think it was Infernal Shrines. Yeah, so next map is gonna be Infernal Shrines. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Hey guys, thank you for watching. We are back from the small break here. We have game number 2 between Apical Dominance and Fat12. So the next map is going to be Infernal Shrine. The draft, I believe. Oh, they already started. Very bad, guys. Alright, so the draft has started, so we're going to go into the draft screen right now. So again, map number 2 is going to be Infernal Shrines, and we already have a very strong opinion. And I'm really surprised they started, actually, because they only now let me, only now I let them know that they should start. But as it is, whatever. So we're gonna have here a quick ban here in the form of KT and Greyman. This is Infernal Shrine, so I'm actually surprised no team actually picked Zul just yet, or Sylvanas, because both of them are so strong on this map. I mean, I'm not surprised about the Kerrigan pick, I'm not surprised about the Falstad pick. Both of them are very good on this map. But no Zul and no Sylvanas, but instead we're gonna have a Sylvanas here in the second ban round here. Kind of surprised that she came out this late into the game. And I'm still surprised we don't have a Zul here by either of the teams. So we'll see. Maybe Fat12, they need to be afraid of it. They have a Kerrigan, they have a Falstad, they're still in the front liner there. And so how much? I mean, Zul can actually work for Fat12 with the Kerrigan, right? You can get some really nice synergy between those two. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are gonna plan to go with the Zul, but I will be surprised if no team is gonna go with the Zul here. But instead they're gonna go with an Uther band here, which I can respect. You have the ETC on the side of Apical, you want to deny the ETC, the Divine Shield, the Mosh combo, which is fine, but still, it's not a must nowadays. So going with the Rhaegar here on the side of Apical is completely fine, and they're going to snag the Zul, which I love. Okay, so at least we have a Zul here, okay? We have a Zul, we have a Sylvanas ban, and a Kerrigan pick, which are my 3 favorite heroes on this map. Fat12, how are they going to respond to it? They see the Zul on their side of Apical Dominance. They need someone that can actually contest the Zul. They still have... It's very interesting. Who can actually they pick that can actually contest the Zul as far as wave clearing goes? I mean, they have the Falstad. He can do a decent job, but at the end of the day, he's not going to hold his own against the Zul, right? Especially if the first shrine is going to spawn either at the top or the bottom there, right? But he can do a decent job, and I wonder if they feel like he's enough to actually contest the Zul. We'll have to see about that. And they're gonna go with Anubarak Arak as their frontliner there, which I love because again, Anubarak is kind of this anti-mage tank nowadays, right? And they have a Li Ming, which means that the Li Ming, what she can do decently well against Anubarak, it will require her to go for the missile build, which should be kind of the default build anyway on this map, because how much value you're going to actually get from an orb because of the shrines, right? You have the shrine, you have the skeletons, the small minions that can actually block your orb, and it's a disaster if they do. It's a long cooldown, relatively long cooldown. And now together with the Anubarak, I guess it'll have to be, but how much value can she get actually from missile build? We'll have to see. You know, we'll of course have to see if she even goes with this to begin with. And Fat12 are gonna seal their last pick here with Tassadar there, so they're gonna go for a lot of sustain. They have the Brightwing, they have the Tassadar, they have a lot of initiation potential here together with the Kerrigan. Falstad can also initiate very strongly in the form of Gust if you can isolate some kill target, or targets that are a little bit out of position. So definitely a lot of potential on their side. And Apical Dominance are gonna respond with the Lunara pick here. It's their last pick. Not sure how strong she is as a pick here, considering you have the Tassadar and the Brightwing, so they have a lot of heal potential on the side of Fat12. Very interesting. She can be very strong here. She can do a lot of work on the shrines. I would have loved to see something maybe more aggressive, something like a Sonya here. I absolutely love Sonya on this map as well, because she just provides a lot of shrine control. She can easily get the skeleton. The skeleton also sustain her through Warpaint and the Whirlwind. So we will see. We'll have to see if it actually works out for them. Yeah, we will have to see if it actually works out for them. So the game is loading. We will jump straight to the game. So do we have on the left side, the Lunara side is going to be Apical. So we have the teams correctly. Fat12 are on the left side. and Apical are on the right side there.
Prepare for battle.
So Apical won game number 1, so let's set it up. So on the left side of the map here, we have Fat 12 with Grafter on Anubarak, Aramankam, wow, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this name, on Kerrigan, from behind on Falstad, the Muffin Spuff, on Tassadar and Mavel, on Brightwing, and on the right side of the map here we have Lucian on Lunara, Arcorn on Li Ming, Boozhound on Rhaegar, Murgur Castle on ETC, and Nicker on Zul.
3, 2, 1.
So yeah, this map very strong for the Zul player here, especially if the shrine. I talked a little bit about this at the, earlier in the game, earlier in the draft. Sorry. It's very strong here for the Zul player, especially if you get the shrines spawning at the top or the bottom, preferably at the top. If you have the shrine spawning here, the temple, all of a sudden your Zul player can rotate between mid and bot, get a lot of value. Sure, your team at the shrine are gonna be 4. But if they can do a good enough job stalling, you can get a ton of value here through the double soaking that Zul will give you. More so, if the enemy team is going to respond to him, there's nobody that actually can contest him as far as the wave clearing goes, which means that your team at the top will be in a 4v4 situation, which is much more ideal for you. So we're gonna have here a jump, a small skirmish here, but no kill potential between those two. We have a Brightwing, a Tassadar, and a Nubrog. Not enough damage to actually get a kill on anyone there, not just yet. Kerrigan is looking here for the flank on the Zul. He needs to be very careful here. And she's gonna go here. Will she be able to land the combo? Yes, and the combo will land on the Zul. An immediate kill on him. Good job by the Kerrigan there with the flank, with the combo. So kill number 1 there. I'm gonna go for Fat 12 on the Zul. And Li Ming, by the way, went with level 1 Aether Walker, which suggests that she won't go for any missile build sadly in this game. I felt like it might be the best way she can approach this game, because it's going to be very difficult for her to actually land any of her abilities there, whether the orb or the missile, between all the skeletons that you have that's going to spawn on the shrine, and the Anubarak is going to spawn the beetles. So I felt like a little bit of a oversight there, but we'll see if it actually works out for them. She will. It does mean that she will get Calamity on 7, which is very strong on this map. And level 4, if she can still go with the missile upgrade, we'll have to see how she actually approaches this map. Kerrigan, by the way, Siphoning Impact, which means she will go for the Q build there. Ravage build, extremely strong on this map. It's extremely strong build as it is. Not by any means a default for her, but of course it's very strong on this map, so I love this choice from her. We're gonna have here a small skirmish. The borrow charge from Anoop misses there, so no stun on a target there, but Anoop is dropping very low. He will get the shield from Tassadar, will get some of the passive heal from the Brightwing, and this is what we were talking about early in the game. They are going for a lot of sustain here on the side of Hat 12, so they really want to play this folk war with their opponents. But on the side of Apical Dominance, they are completely fine with poke war. You know what? They are fine with it. They have the Lalarn, they have the Li Ming, so they have a lot of poke potential there. And we're gonna have here Bone Prison on the Tassadar. Shouldn't get any value here, especially if you're hitting Tassadar, and especially one that has Dimensional Shift up and ready. And the Borrow Charge from Anoop here, gonna catch 2 people there. Nice job by him, gonna zone them up. And on the side of Apical Dominance, they are dropping slowly but surely on hit points. They are getting, look at their hit points, it's so awkward there, as well as their mana. And good job by Fan 12, securing the first shrine, first Punisher there. And now the question is how are they going to respond and follow up with them. They really shouldn't be overestimating the Punisher. It is the first one, and we can already see Kerrigan was inbound to the top lane, and I feel like she should be going there. Someone definitely needs to soak the top lane for the experience. The Falstad is doing a good job soaking the bottom lane. This is exactly what you need to be doing. Don't overestimate the first Punisher. He's not gonna get too much job done, especially considering Apical here. They know what they're doing. They did catch the Punisher here to the back. So really, just need to make sure you're not losing too much experience. Kerrigan trying to do the flank, but of course there's gonna be here the Spirit gonna be watching her, not allowing her to do any flanks here on the Burala. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane here, we're gonna have a Fastad versus Azul here. While this can be an okay matchup 1v1, because Azul, while he has a very good wave clear, he's not a very good 1v1er. So this is not the strength of Azul. You choose him because you want him to just go and rotate between this lane and the middle one. And it's going to be here a flank. It's going to be a 3 versus 2 here, and the combo does land on the Azul and should be killing him here. Nice polymorph as well, securing the kill there from a Fat 12. Good job again, kind of jumping, capitalizing on the fact that Zul is a little bit out of position there. And that's exactly why Zul is not a good 1v1. He doesn't have the safety that kind of is a requirement from a good 1v1 player. And by the way, sorry, I said the Zul kill, I didn't mean the Zul kill, it's a Rhaegar kill there, sorry about that. But it still applies to him what I said. You're right, he's not a very good 1v1 simply because he can be taken out pretty quickly and easily there. The Bone Freezing on the Falstad will prevent him from actually getting extra damage on the Li Ming, kind of protecting her. I felt like it was not very needed, but as it is, they play it very safe there, protecting the Li Ming. She's not going to be taken down there. And yeah. So all in all, both teams are playing very conservatively, all things considered. Of course, there's a little bit of extra aggression from the side of Fat 12, which is what you expect considering they have the Kerrigan. And when you have a Kerrigan in your team, you really want to play aggressive. You could say that, well, Apical has ETC, they should also play aggressive, but they don't have a really aggressive early game composition there. So not a lot of kill potential early in the game there. So the second shrine has spawned. Neither of the team have level 20 just yet. They are fairly far away from it. Fat 12, they have the level 8 advantage, so they have a little bit of strength there as far as power goes. We're gonna have here a nice board charge by Anoop. They're not getting too much done here because there's simply no follow-up there, but a lot of damage done here by Fat 12 on Apical Dominance there. And again, this is completely fine, especially early in the game there. They can do all this poke from Fat 12 because they have the Brightwing, they have the Tassadar, so a lot of heal potential from this side. And Kerrigan is taken down here, good job by them. They're trying to get the kill on the Rhaegar, but just barely manages to escape there. Not enough oomph there on the side of Fat 12, allowing the Rhaegar to just escape there with 300 hit points. So good job by them. They need to be very careful here. They don't want to overextend here on the side of Apical. They want to play a little bit passive here. They want to secure the skeleton. They want to secure this Punisher, just kind of zone out instead of engage. Because they're kind of low on mana there, especially on the side of Rhaegar. They're on Li Ming, so they don't have a lot of skill potential, not right now. So they need to be very aware about this. So they have played it well. They have secured the Punisher, which is a good job for them because it will allow them to catch an experience. This Punisher, again, this is the second Punisher. It's still the 7-minute mark, so don't expect too much value out of it. The front wall is as much. They might be able to snipe the healing well there, but that's about it, I believe. So unless they can secure another kill, the Kerrigan is dropping low, and no shield available for her or heal from the Brightwing. So good job by them, by the Li Ming, kind of managing to catch her with the auto attack. And this will allow them to get extra experience there and kind of be in the experience stage, which will allow them to hit level 10, but not early enough to make anything happen. By the way, in the meanwhile, the Zul was soaking their them XP. So while they were a level behind before this Punisher phase started, they are now ever so slightly ahead in experience. They are pretty equal still, both teams. But that allowed them to kind of come back into the game. They're not fall too much far behind, and as it stands, they are equal, which means that they all have their heroics at the same time there. So we're gonna see here a Cocoon from Anubarat. You know what? I can dig the Cocoon. I can dig the Cocoon because look at it on the side of Apical Dominance. Who do you have that actually can break the Cocoon? Not many. You have the Lunara. That's pretty much it. You have the Lunara, you have the Rhaegar can do a decent job, but if you get the Rhaegar inside of it, if you get the Lunara inside the Cocoon, all of a sudden they have very limited amount of damage to actually break someone from the Cocoon. They are looking for an engagement here. Nice board prison on the Brightwing will secure the kill on her, and this was such a decisive fight there. Ooh, and a nice Mosh they're catching too, but the Falstad just managed to get there in time there with the guards to save his teammate. So nice try by ETC with the Mosh, I loved it, but here's the counter engagement happening here. And it's gonna be the Ancestral Healing completely missed there. It hit the Li Ming there, which was full on hit points, and this will result in the death of ETC there. So nice job by them getting the ETC death there, which will get the reset on the Li Ming and the Kerrigan kill and the Tassadar kill as well. And this is something you need to always be afraid of. You had a good engagement there. You got the quick Brightwing kill there. but you need to be worried about the counter engagement. And Fat 12, they had an amazing Apical Dominance, sorry, they had an amazing counter engagement, securing not Apical, sorry, a bit of a mess up. They had a very strong counter engagement on the side of Fat 12, but Apical Dominance managed to turn it around and secure additional kills there. So again, back to Heroic, we have Maelstrom from the Kerrigan, we have Gus from the Falstad, we have Force Wall with the Tassadar, and Emerald Win with the Brightwing, as we've seen in action. Lunara gonna go with the Throne with Vines there. Throne with Vines there, sorry about that. Wave of Force with Diliming, which is an obvious response for the ETC, Mosh, Ancestral from the Rhaegar, Mosh from ETC, and Poison from the Zul here. Ooh, a nice amount of damage here, dropping on the Anubarak. On the side of Apical, they're dropping so low there. The Rhaegar is low, the Zul is low as well, and the chase is happening. Doesn't look like they're gonna be able to secure a kill, but that came at an expense of the Punisher, which is completely fine at this stage of the game. If you manage to wipe the team, or at least get some really key kills there, that means that how much value is the Punisher gonna get? Not much value, especially now that you actually jump outside of the keep, which is just a more time wasted, allowing the side of Fat 12 to actually get extra damage on him. And now they have kited him inside here to the fort, which is exactly what you need to do. Ideally, you don't want to kite him away, but they had enough players there where kiting him away was kind of a legit move to do. So not much damage done here, not much value. Got the front wall, but that's about it. So good job by Fat 12, kind of getting the extra kill there, kind of nullifying the fact that Apical got the Punisher. But instead they're gonna go and aggressively take this fort here. I love this decision. This is gonna be an easy fort, and the first fort in the game. Gonna go for Apical Dominance. And as a response, Fat 12 are gonna immediately try to get the fort of their own, and I think they will be able to get them. Apical just now started to rotate bottom, but they should be too late, especially considering there is a small minion wave here and a mercenary camp there. So very good job by them, realizing, hey, they are all up there, we can easily push the bottom lane. So both teams getting one fort for another, so equal exchange there. Apical Dominance still slightly had an experience because the Punisher managed to get them an extra value there in the form of the front wall there. So good job by them, getting some extra bits of value. So far, both teams are pretty equal here. Both of them have 14. They are going to secure their side of the map as far as mercenary camps goes. This, by the way, this is a small tip for you guys. This shaman camp is very, very strong. So you don't want just... Sorry about that. You don't just want to cap it just because. You usually want to time it with the shrine spawn just to get a lot of value out of it. Especially considering they actually haven't done any pressure on the bot lane here. The shaman camp can definitely do a lot of work, but as it stands, a small hiccup here by Fat 12, allowing Apical Dominance to actually get... Ooh, they're gonna go for the flank here from Fat 12 here, and I love it. They're gonna play very aggressively. They're like, okay, they're all clamped up there, we can get a lot of value there. Nice poison. Nice poison there by the Zul. They're gonna secure an immediate kill on the Lunara there, which means that they are gonna be in a 5v4 situation there. Nice Ancestral here on the Li Ming, gonna save her there, and the Cocoon has hit. The Tassadar is dropping low, but this Tassadar shouldn't be dying there anytime soon there, and the Cocoon came there in a very timely manner there, kind of snagging, stopping the Mosh there from ETC, and this will secure them another kill there. Bone Prison on the Brightwing, we not do too much there. By the way, I just now realized, which is probably, you know, hopefully someone stepped in the chat. I just realized that early on I said Wave Force from Li Ming came as a response to the ETC. Of course, it's not true because they're on the same team. So bad job by me for kind of automatically saying it. I'm just kind of used to see the Wave Force as a response to ETC, but kind of an oversight from me for saying that. So my bad, guys. Apologies about that. Anyway, back on point. ETC kill, Lunara kill from Fat 12, kind of gonna allow them to secure this Punisher, and this is the point where Punishers are gonna be kind of painful, right? We are at the 30 minutes mark. Usually Punishers post 10 when both teams have their heroics are the Punishers to look for, because all of a sudden team fights can be very, very painful for one of the teams, especially if you manage to wipe the team that's on the defense. The Punisher will jump in, will soak all the damage from the towers, allowing your team to actually engage freely, kind of So this is something that definitely needs to be looked at. Nice combo there by carrying, catching the Zul, but not enough follow-up by him. He's gonna pop his shade, but there was no chase on him anyway there. The Punisher is getting a lot of value, he's getting a lot of damage done. But as it stands, good defense by Apical Dominance, not allowing them to secure the fort. So as it stands, kind of a win situation here for Apical. They're really doing a really good job there, kind of minimizing the amount of damage that they could have taken from Fat 12 and the Punisher. So both teams, again, very equal as far as experience go. Both of them have their 16 level Tannet here. We're gonna see aggressive defense with Kerrigan, which is my personal favorite here on 16. Crippling Hammer from Falstad. Gonna go here for the extra CC there. It could work fine. It could work fine, but I feel like between the Borrow Charge and the Kerrigan combo, the amount of CC you have is very, very high anyway. You have a lot of engagement and dive potential, so how much value are you actually going to put there on the slow from the Hammer of Falstad? But it's completely fine regardless, right? Dimensional work for Tassadar, pretty standard. Bouncy Dust. On the Brightwing as well. The Lulara is gonna go with integrating spores here, gonna get this extra damage here, and Li Ming, by the way, gonna go with Mirror Ball, getting the extra missiles, I guess. And despite the fact that on level 4 she didn't go for any of the missile talents, instead she's gonna go for dominance at level 4. So very interesting choices there. I said at the beginning here that I would have loved to see the missile build from Li Ming from the beginning as a response to Anubra, because we response to the map here. And the Kerrigan here is a little bit front forward here, trying to combo, misses her combo completely here. She does have her Maelstrom here, and the Mosh gets completely shut down by the Anubarak through the Cocoon. So good job by him there, securing so far 2 kill here, 3 kill here on the side of Apical Dominance. Kerrigan is going to be taken down as a response, but still it's going to be a 3-for-1 there for Fat 12. The Ancestral is going to be landing on the Zul, but it's going to be used defensively, which is nothing. This is something that you never want to happen. You really want to land the Ancestral while you're pushing forward, while you're getting extra value from it, while it allows you, or you know, your teammates to soak that much more damage, allowing them to be aggressive. But as it stands, Ancestral has done it defensively, which is a win situation for Fat 12. More so, if you add the fact that they just wiped 3 people on the side of Apical for the exchange of a single Kerrigan. So those kills came right in time, gonna allow Fat 12 to actually secure this shrine there. I don't think they're gonna have enough time here on the side of Apical to actually come there and contest. I would have loved there to see some kind of a respawn for this inevitable Punisher that's gonna be spawning for them in the form of taking the Shaman. They are now gonna rotate to the Shaman, and it might be just in time. I felt like they could have done it much earlier, forcing some kind of a response from Fat 12 while the Shrine is still happening. But as it stands, at least they managed to take it, but they need to be very careful here. Again, as mentioned before, Punisher at this stage of the game can be very, very disastrous. They need to make sure they kite him past the wall. Bad positioning here by Li Ming means that the Punisher will jump but not past the wall here, so a very big misplay here by the Li Ming, kind of going forward there, which means that the Punisher will now go ham on the front wall, getting extra value there. And the Punisher finally kited inside there, but a little bit too late there. The wall is already exposed, and he hasn't been kited far enough so the fort can actually do damage to him. We are gonna see here a slight engagement there. The Cocoon has been used there, not too much value there, and Danubar will be taken down immediately there. The Rhaegar is respawned as well, and the Zul too. So this is a 2-for-0 here, and the EDC is gonna slide in, but doesn't manage to secure the kill on the Kerrigan there, getting the Tassadar shield just in time there to save her. So again, a 3-for-0 there. Very good job by Fat 12. It seems like they are kind of on point with their engagement here. The Cocoon felt a little bit wasteful, but they actually managed to get their value there right at the end there with the immediate insta kill there on the Rhaegar and the Lunara there, and eventually the kill on the Zul. So good job by them. They do have the level 20 now, and they're far enough ahead that I feel like they should be able to get her up, make something happen. Their heroic are not as long cooldown as the one on Apical Dominance, and I wanted to say not as impactful, but let's be honest, Gas can be very, very impactful here. Maelstrom allows for a lot of sustain on the side of Kerrigan, so that's why I had a small hiccup there. But still, as it stands, the Cocoon is ready, the Gust is ready, so only Kerrigan's Heroic is not ready, and I feel like it's completely fine to try and get an engagement even with Maelstrom down. They need to be wary though, because ETC still has his Mosh up. They should be aware of it. He hasn't used it last time, and actually on the side of Apical they have all the heroic stuff, but still they don't have their Storm Talent, which is a window of opportunity for Fatwolf to make something happen. And I would have loved if they would go and be aggressive right now. They have their Kerrigan Maelstrom off cooldown, which means that they can definitely make something happen here, and they definitely should there. They should rotate more aggressively. They are playing aggressive to some degree. They are taking the Merc camp here at the bottom, but I feel like they could have done much more aggressive move here on Apical, not allowing them to hit level 20 in a safe way, and instead get value from their Stone Talent. But Apical Dominance, they are playing it very, very safe. That's something, you know, they need to be given credit for. They are playing very, very safe there. They are getting backwards here. They are going for the ambush tactic here on the side of F12, but it doesn't matter that much anymore because Apical got the level 20, they got their Stone Talents. So yeah, so interesting to see is that Zul actually went with the Mortal Wound. Mortal Wound means that he's gonna be reducing the healing on the target that are hit by his Sid by 75%, if I remember correctly, yes, by 75% for 4 seconds. So this is something to definitely look for. This opens up a lot of potential for killing targets because, you know, if you look at on the side of Fatwell, while they don't have a lot of burst heal, it can nullify a lot of healing still. So nice power slide by the ETC here. There's a lot of damage. Mosh, they're catching 2 people there, and the Gust is a little bit too slow. They're getting extra damage there on the Kerrigan. So nice job by them there. Both teams are dropping here low. Tassadar is being dropped there in his one, but he still has dimensional shift here. And Anubhav quit his borrow charge. They're kind of getting himself killed there, and they need to be very careful there on the side of F12. They need to remember the Apical. They have the Li Ming. It means that they do get the resets from any kills. But they just need 2 more skeletons here. The Kerrigan will secure those 2 extra skeletons, but she will pay the ultimate price and she will be taken down here. But they actually managed to go for a 1-of-1 exchange with the Zul there. So good job by them there. Definitely worth it. Securing the Punisher, getting the Zul here is the Zul kill in the expense or in the exchange of the Kerrigan. So kind of good job by Fat12. They're getting, you know what, not the worst case scenario there, kind of managing to secure the Punisher, secure kill, and getting things done there. Whew, very back and forth game here by both teams. They're gonna, it seems like every team fight, they're taking so much damage, both teams there, and it's like just barely manages to secure any kill there. And even if they do secure any kill, it doesn't actually mean much because both teams actually managed to do and take so much damage that even if you secure a kill, it doesn't matter because you can actually get a counter kill very, very easily here. Ooh, and the Emerald will heal. Oh, it does secure the Shaman camp here, but not worth it, definitely. He did manage to do the peel there, but you know what, of course not worth it when you lose your life for it. So now, Apical, they are 5, they are tipped, they are top, sorry, they are top with hit points, they are top with mana, they are 5 players, they can definitely play aggressive on the map, and I would love to see them play aggressive. Here they have all their heroics ready, up and ready. Sure, little Nara needs a couple more seconds, but it's completely irrelevant. Should be ready by the time there's actually a team fight here. Still 25 seconds until Brightwing is up. So I feel like they should... Oh, the Falstad here, can they capitalize on it? Nope, they are not able to capitalize on it. And I feel like they need to play more aggressive. Try and invade this Merkin, for example. Why not take it? You are 5, you are versus 4. Secure this. Put pressure on the map. Even if you cannot catch any of the 12 members there for team fight, you can definitely make something happen. But it seems like they don't value capitalizing on their 4 vs 5 situation here. And as it stands, Brightwing is up and alive and she will teleport into fight here. Anubarak is going for the... Ooh, nice Mosh there by ETC catching 2, but immediately getting denied there by the Brightwing there. He does get the Ancestral, which means he will be topped off there. The Zul is getting caught here in an awkward position. He's dropping very, very low. He doesn't have Shade anymore, which means it's gonna be 1 kill here for Fat12. ETC seems like he will be able to escape there. There's no Bob for the Kerrigan, so his Power Slide will put him back into safety. And this is a very delicate situation here, sorry about that, for Apical Dominance. Because now they're in a 5v4 situation, which means they can't really contest this temple here at the top. which mean I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for something else, maybe for split push during this phase. Ooh, the Brightwing is getting caught here, and this is a very good job, a very good thing here for Apical, and all of a sudden I was talking about a 5v4 situation. Pff, no. No. This is a 4v4 situation, which allows him to contest the shrine here, the temple here at the top. And they should go and contest it. There's absolutely no reason to kill those last minions there. They have zero impact here on the wave, especially considering there's a Merc camp here pushing the mid lane there. But instead, they are very, very hesitant, allowing Fat 12 to get 28 skeletons so far. And I'm really surprised. You got that Brightwing kill. Why not instantly rotate to the top there, try to contest the skeleton, or at least buy time? I mean, your Zul is gonna be up before the Brightwing is up. Sure, she has a teleport, but still, your Zul would have gotten there that much earlier. So very interesting decision here on the side of Apical, not trying to contest it, and I am surprised about that. So as it stands, we're gonna have a 25-minute Punisher here, and they need to do a good job now pulling him over the wall here. They cannot let the Li Ming here go very aggressive. This means she's gonna get John Cena there, and she's gonna get a good amount of damage on her. Look at her hit points dropped by 1/3 there. Definitely not what you want to see. You want to let one of your tanks actually do the push here, and Faster doing a good job clearing the middle, rotating immediately to the top here. Nuldara instantly deleted by the Kerrigan and the Faster rotations. A good job by them there. ETC still has his Mosh there, but Ancestral misses the heal there. He does have Death Metal, which will secure some kind of CC there, but as it stands, it's going to be an ETC kill with the Ancestral missing, together with the Rhaegar kill there, and this already being called a GG by Team Fat 12, and this is a GG together with the kill on the Zul here. Nice game number 2 there. Was very messy, lots of blowbacks by both teams. They're kind of going ham on one another, but as it stands, at the end of the day, Fat 12 through their sustain, through their Kerrigan play there, and the Falstad managing to secure game number 2 there, sending us, guys, to game number 3. So, guys, 1-1. It's something, you know, we don't get to see too much. It's kind of a rare sight here. Yeah, I'm super excited. It's gonna be game number 3 here between Fat 12 and Apical Dominance. Kind of again, kind of like a mess there between both teams, kind of going ham at one another there, securing him. But at the end of the day, it felt like Fat 12, they had in every team fight this ever so slightly upper hand on kill targets as opposed to Apical. So game number 2 is gonna go to them. We're gonna go to a quick 2 minutes break. Stay tuned and be right back with game number 3 between Fat 12 and Apical Dominance.
Come out, wherever you are.
Nuclear launch detected.
Hey guys, and welcome back. We had a short break again, and we are in a series between Fat12 and Apical Dominance. As it stands, the series now is one for one. So we're actually gonna go to game number 3 here, and I do have the draft link. So we will put it here. So I have the draft link. We're still waiting for one more team to make the confirmation, and we'll jump straight into the draft. Yeah, so we had a very interesting game number 2 on Infernal Shrine. Fat12 managed to take the win there. Very, very aggressive game from both teams there. I felt like there were small places where, very key spots where they could actually made something happen. On the side of Apical, where they could actually capitalize on certain points where they were ahead. But as it stands, Fat12 played really well at game number 2 and took the win. So game number 3 is going to be held on Cursed Hollow. We are still waiting for confirmation from Fat12. Okay, and the draft has started right now. So we move straight to the draft page. There we go. So again, map number 3 is going to be Cursed Hollow. Cursed Hollow, very, very big map, very in favor of globals. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see Falstad Brightwing again being played on this map, and immediately we're going to have a Falstad ban, which is to be expected. If he's not being played, he's going to be banned, and he's a very, very solid ban here. Kind of surprised they went with the ban of the Falstad, because they could have definitely went with any kind of ban they want, because they're gonna go they're banning first, which means they're gonna pick first. So if they would have just banned anyone else, they would put Fat12 on an awkward position where they need to ban Falstad, otherwise Apical can actually grab it. But as it stands, Apical, they don't want to take any risks there. Apparently, possibly they don't have anyone who feels comfortable enough to play Falstad, so they're going to give Falstad up and immediately ban him. Fat12 are going to respond with the Kerrigan ban, which I feel like on this map, she's not like the top tier ban here, or at least they're looking at her. Yeah, and they did secure the ban on the Kerrigan. She's not like the strongest pick here on this map, but I feel like this is more of a respect ban, right? They're like, okay, well, Kerrigan in both games, by the way, had a lot of impact here, a lot of value, a lot of value, a lot of strength there. So we really don't want to mess up with her. So they're gonna immediately go and ban her. Apical Dominance are gonna snag Li Ming. I hope. Nah, no way they're guys lowing here. Come on, they're gonna secure the Li Ming here. This is a very good map for Li Ming. A lot of poke there. Okay, there we go. So they're gonna secure the Li Ming here, and Fat12, how are they gonna respond to it? Because this map as well, and it seems like something I say a lot because it is true. In this map, you oftentimes get to a situation where you have a lot of poking around the objective, right around the tribute, where you kind of like, you want to take it, but you also want to deny, and you're kind of afraid to engage. So you end up in a situation where you want to have a lot of poking potential just in case. And Li Ming does exactly that. And overall, she also, of course, does a lot of a high amount of damage. She's a very, very good and solid pick here. So I like it. Fat12 are gonna go with the Sylvanas pick here, which I don't like, unless you're gonna go with something like a Lost Viking here later on. Like this is the thing with Sylvanas here, okay? Her trait does pretty much exactly what the curse does, right? During the curse, the buildings are disabled, which is what Sylvanas trait does, and the minions hit points is 1. While Sylvanas trait doesn't reduce the minions hit points to 1, it does disable them and allow very quick kills on them. Which happens when you have 1 hit points minion during a curse, right? So like, how much value are you gonna get from a Sylvanas here on this map? Not much. It's not as strong as Battlefield of Eternity, Infernal Shrines, or Tomb of the Spider Queen, right? So like, the impact of Sylvanas here is very questionable. But it does make sense if you're gonna go with the Lost Viking picks here, because if you're gonna go for a Lost Viking on Cursed Hollow, which is something completely viable, it is a big map after all, so globals can do a lot of damage there, or a lot of value get. Sorry, all of a sudden you have a very strong early game composition that can roam and do a lot of damage through Sylvanas, right? You just go and you jump on a tower in the bot lane, in the top lane, whatever. You jump on a tower and it's disabled, and all of a sudden, oh my god, you have a free tower there, right? So if they do go for the Lost Viking, I'm behind the Sylvanas pick. Otherwise, very, very questionable there. there. Apical Dominance are going to go with the Johanna pick. very interesting because she's not like is Johanna really like a first phase, first wave material? I'm not sure. And they're gonna Malfurion? Why would you Malfurion if you have a Rhaegar still available and a Karazim, which are much better? Very interesting pick with the Malfurion. I really wonder if they have something very specific for him. Are they gonna go with double support again? Like, very interesting pick here on the side of Apical Dominance in the form of Malfurion. We will see how Fat 12 responds to it. I don't think they care too much about what they see so far from the side of Apical. They see the Li Ming, that's to be expected. They see Johanna, why do you care about her? Do you see this Malfurion, why do you care about him? So they're gonna go with the Zagara band, which I love. She's very strong on this map, and Apical Dominance, they still don't have their kind of a solo lane, right? So Zagara would actually fit their composition very, very well here. So they're gonna go and ban here. Apical Dominance is gonna go and secure the KT ban, which is completely fine. Kinda, right? I mean, you see the Greyman, and it's like, okay, how much are they? How serious are they about going for KT on the side of Fat 12, right? You see Greyman, you usually want to supplement him with 2 heroes, right? Uther, Tyrael, those are the number 2. So we're gonna see the Uther here. Tyrael is still questionable because a lot of players don't feel comfortable enough playing him. So even if you don't go with Tyrael, you will go with another tank, and usually when you have a Greyman, you're gonna go with another third and a second tank, right? You're gonna have double frontliner together with the Greyman. So how important is the KT ban here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So we will see if they go for a solo tank and then a Lost Viking. If they do go with a solo tank, it has to be ETC, right? So no, they're gonna go with the Lunara here, which means no Lost Viking shenanigans, which then brings me back to my original point about Sylvanas. Then why did he go with the Sylvanas specifically here? Very questionable. Apical Dominance gonna go with the Tracer, which means they're gonna go with the Tessadar as well, right? Right? Oh, we haven't seen. I haven't seen Tracer actually in Heroes Lounge yet. Ooh, we're gonna have a Tracer here. She can. I mean, you need to have the Tessadar right now. You just have to have the Tessadar now. There's so much damage coming on the side of Fat 12 through the Lunara poke and the Greymane that you just need something else other than the Malfurion to keep the Tracer alive. And she just synergizes so well with the Tessadar shield, right? Especially if you go for Leeching Plasma with Tessadar, right? You just go Leeching Plasma, you go for Kala's Embrace at 4 and 7, and all of a sudden you have a Tracer with a lot of sustain there, which is very, very dangerous and very, very scary, even despite her nerfs, right? So they are gonna go with the Haka here. I would have loved to see the Tassadar much more there. Much more, together with the Tracer and the Mouth against the Lunara. But as it stands, they really want their global there. Okay. I really hope they can make something happen with the Haka because it's very, very tricky. You don't want the Haka as a solo tank, which is not the case here, which is fine. But the Haka it does require a lot of coordination and a lot of awareness, both from the team and the Haka player. Because again, I mentioned this in the past. You need your essences before you go into a team fight, and even if you do have your essence and you go to a team fight, you're gonna pop your trade and you're gonna use your essences, and then what? You're gonna use your essence and like, okay, then what? You use your heal. What are you gonna do now? We will see if it's gonna work for them. We will see. So the second tank here, not the second, but the solo tank here for Fat 12 is gonna be Mirrodin here. Very solid choice. Fine with this. You don't have to go with the Tyrael. It's something I personally love to see, the trifecta of Tyrael, Uther, Greyman. But a lot of people, especially in the amateur scene, they're not comfortable that they can actually make the Tyrael work. Plus, in this case, he would have been solo tank, which is not something you want to do. So solid picks here. Just a moment. Okay, so lobby is being made right now. So overall, it seems like a very interesting draft here for Apical Dominance with the Malfurion we haven't seen yet. I don't think so. Tracer, I don't remember seeing her. The Haka I've seen like one time. The Haka I've seen only one time, I think, and he didn't work out for the team that chose him. And that's about it. So for 12, again, they have a solid lineup if you exclude Sylvanas. Sylvanas, she's still a great hero. The problem is the amount of value she can actually get in this map is very, very limited. Don't get me wrong, she's great at poking. She can get a lot of value through Welling Arrow, but you know what? Apical Dominance, they have a Tracer, and Tracer usually loves to feast on the Sylvanas. She's an easy target for her to kill, especially later on in the game. Lunara is also a fairly easy target for Tracer to kill, but the problem is on Apical, which is why I didn't like the Haka pick, is that they didn't take a Tassadar. I felt like if they would have had a Tassadar together with a Malfurion, the Tracer could have done so much work on the back line, it's ridiculous. She would have been safe relatively, which means that it would be harder for Greyman to actually proc the go for the throat on her, which nowadays after the change to go for the throat, where it's only one wave, I guess, instead of 3 like it used to be in the past. Now that it's like more bursty, he's much more dangerous for the Tracer player. So getting the extra protection in the form of the Tassadar shield would have actually helped a lot against that and against the poke damage of Lunara and Sylvanas. So wow, I'm actually not sure who won the draft here. I simply haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. So it seems like all players are in the lobby and are ready, so the game should load any moment now, I believe. 10-10 ready. We're still waiting there. And yeah, there we go. I can hear the game is loading, so we will move here to the game scene. All right. So Apical Dominance, they have the Tracer, which means I need to not switch anything. All right, so we have Fat on the left side, Apical on the right side. Okay. Alright, so the game is about to start. We're gonna have map number 3 on Cursed Hollow, and we have some very interesting draft here by both teams, right? The side of Apical, they went for the Tracer pick together with the Dahaka, 2 heroes that we haven't actually seen much of. Tracer haven't seen at all, and they also went with the Malfurion pick, which is something we haven't seen either, I don't think so. So very interesting draft by them. On the other side, Fat 12, they went with the Greyman, Muradin, Lunara, Sylvanas, Uther, like overall very, very solid heroes. Again, Sylvanas a bit questionable as far as value goes on this map. We'll need to see if they can actually make something happen there. So yeah, I think as far as drafting goes, I would have loved, again, instead of a Dahaka, Tassadar, and then I think that Apical would have had the upper hand. But as it stands, I just don't know if they can make the Tracer work. I mean, I hope she can work. She has a lot of potential here against the Lunara, against the Sylvanas, even against the Uther. She has a lot of potential, but it's really gonna come down to individual skills, and I'm just not sure how good Nicker is, who's gonna be our Tracer player, is on Tracer. So yeah, I think that overall, the Tracer player is gonna be the one who's gonna make or break the draft here for Apical Dominance. So that being said, I think that Fat 12 has the slightly upper hand here as far as drafting goes.
Prepare yourself for battle.
So it's 1 for 1 here, and we had a quick disconnect and a quick rejoin and a quick disconnect, which would explain the long loading screen
What's
here.
this? A hero has.
We will see if we're gonna go for a break unless he's not here. Okay, anyway, let's introduce the heroes, the players really, really quickly. On the left side of the map here, we have Fat 12 with Aram the Cam on Greyman. From behind on Muradin, Grafter on Lunara, Muff Spuff on Sylvanas, Mavel on Uther, and on the right side of the map here we have Apical Dominance with Lucian on the Haka, Arkhorn on Li Ming, Buzzhound on Malfurion, Murger Castle on Johanna, and Nicker on Tracer. So as far as level 1 go, and there we go. We're gonna see a quick tower shenanigan here. They did rotate in a bit of an awkward position here. I would love to see the Muradin position here at the top. He has to position here at the top, kinda zone up for his place. Ooh, Greymane! A little bit of a missight there, getting inside to the side of Apical Dominance here. Ooh, and this should result in the kill on the Greymane. I don't think he should be able to get out of it. No, he's taken down here. Uther's taken down here. And all in all, not worth it for Fat 12. And yeah. It's a good job by Apical Dominance, immediately rotating to the bot lane there, securing the 2 kills there, denying the amount of value that they could have potentially gotten there from Fat 12. So really just good job by them there with their awareness, and a little bit of a hiccup there from Fat 12. Not only rotating in a weird way, but also not assigning a tank to kind of zone out and watch for them, but also having the Greymane jump over the wall there, getting himself in an awkward position, and ultimately getting himself killed there. But it's still early in the game and everything is open, despite the fact that they got the upper hand there overall in that exchange. Apical Dominance, it is. Game is still open. Everyone can still win. The amount of lead they have is not significant, not just yet. At the end of the day, they did get a tower taken there. Sylvanas is going to be in a 2v1 situation here. She needs to be really careful here. There's the tank from the Haka, but the Haka will instead gonna go and borrow here to the top, trying to get the Lunara, but she's playing it very, very safe here. So no kills is gonna happen. So far, the Haka player does seem to be on point as far as rotating go, really utilizing his global mobility to the max there. Greymane here, by the way, looking for an ambush here on the Li Ming, and she needs to be very, very careful. She doesn't have any mana there, but it seems like he's gonna show himself just before.
A hero has left the battle.
Buzzhound did disconnect, but as you can see, he's still in the game, so an immediate reconnect for him. So no big deal right there. So far, it seems like the game has settled down a bit. Both teams are gonna be less aggressive and now kind of be cheating out there, soaking the lanes, making sure they're not losing experience, making sure that whenever the tribute does hit, they're gonna be as equal as possible, all things considered there. Sylvanas, by the way, getting a little bit extra value there, taking down the bottom tower as well. They're kind of opening up the wall here. I would love to see as soon as possible a quick snag there on the healing wing, kind of denying the potential for tapping, but as it stands, Malfurion did disconnect eventually. No, Buzzhound, do I not see him as a Malfurion if he disconnected as an observer? Very interesting here. So pause the game. Okay, so he did disconnect. Very interesting, I never knew about this. Usually when you do see someone disconnect in the game, if you're from his team, you see him as Malfurion named, but I guess since I'm a spectator, I don't see disconnected player either. So we're gonna have a small break here. Both teams are very, very equal. Both of them have level 5, so no any talent advantage just yet. So no talent advantage just yet for any of the team here. So we should see a small skirmish here on the tribute. On the side of Apical Dominance, they have the poke in the form of Li Ming, but on the side of Fat 12, they have more poke power in the form of Lunara and Sylvanas. So we will need to see some careful approach here from the side of Apical. They're not poking too much there because they simply cannot stand in the poke over there. Ooh, and the Tracer is dropping very, very low here, but not able to secure the kill here. Muradin just jump in, and will it be his death? Yes, it will be. He tried to go for the Tracer kill, but instead died it himself. And this will be very dangerous here, especially with the Sylvanas so low there with 13 hit points, just barely managed to escape there. And it should be nice orb there, connecting by the Li Ming, securing them the first tribute in game. So nice try there by Fat 12. They managed to drop the Tracer very, very low there, but Tracer threw her recall. Ooh! And the Greymane kill. Kinda missed that. Nice job there by Apical securing the Greymane kill. And you know what, as I said, during that fight, they were kind of dropping very, very low there on the side of Fat 12. The Li Ming almost managed to secure the kill on the Sylvanas. The Haka will be rotating to the top there, securing their experience. Very good job by them, kind of on point with his global. So good job by him. Both teams are pretty equal. Apical Dominance through the kill on the Greymane. They have secured a small, ever so slightly a lead there as far as experience go, which means that they will have their level 7 talent ahead. But both teams are close enough to the point where by the time the next tribute should spawn, they will have the same talents. So not big enough lead there to secure the second tribute for any of the team, which means we will see a small skirmish on it. And you know what? I wouldn't be even too surprised, depending on when exactly the tribute will spawn, if one of the team will be like, well, we are gonna skip this tribute to soak XP so we could have level 10 that's much more faster than you are. So the tribute does spawn, the second one just spawn right now on the side of Fat 12, which is a slight advantage for them, of course. Apical Dominance here are trying to go for a little bit outside the bush tactic ambush. Not managing to get anything down here. Ooh, Greymane is getting got by the root of the Mafia. He should be taken down there. Yes, he's taken down there. This is going to be a 1-for-0 so far on the side of Apical. They are very healthy, relatively speaking, as far as hit points go there. So will they be able to secure there? The Lunara is coming here for the flank, kind of doing a lot of damage there. But I don't think that in the long run she would be able to. Ooh, the Muting jumps in there. I think this is a bad decision by him, and he is taken down immediately there. The Lunara is on the chase here by the Tracer, but he's not going to try and secure the kill on the Lunara. I don't think this is worth it, guys. Fat 12 are trying their damnness to deny this tribute, and I just don't think it's worth it. And there we go, another kill here on the side of Fat 12. Sorry, another death here on the side of Fat 12 here with the Sylvanas takedown. And you sometimes just need to realize when you need to back off. And after they got the Greymane kill, considering they had no potential for a counter engagement, that's the point when you need to just back off. You need to stop, back off. Ooh, and are they gonna manage to get the Lunara kill? Nope. She's dodging it very, very well here, not allowing the roots from the Malfurion to root her in place. He will soak the orb, but it's a much better trade than getting rooted in place, allowing the Hakan to close in on her with the tongue. So nice try there by Apical Dominance, not able to secure the kill on the Lunara. As it stands, Apical Dominance are in a dominant position here because they are so far, they are fairly ahead in experience. They are soon to hit level 10, and as it stands now,
I grow tired of your
the tribute will spawn and Apical will have the level 10. So this tribute has spawned, there's still 10 seconds. Apical should really focus on denying this. Ooh, the Tracer here with a misplace there. Kind of rotating in a bad spot, but she will be able to use the recall, but not enough because the poison tick is going to secure the kill on her. She did go back in there, but it didn't matter, honestly. She would have been dead no matter what. Apical, very interesting decision there. The Mafia is also dropping very, very low there. I felt like they could have had an opportunity to get the level 10 to just deny this tribute using the Malfurion, Moonfire, and the Joanna glares to just indefinitely deny it and get level 10 themselves. But as it stands, the tribute still hasn't been taken. Sylvanas has taken significant amount of damage. They have level 10 now and they are gonna go in for the jump here. And I'm not sure how much I like it from the side of Fat 12. They don't have their heroic here, and it's gonna be a 2-for-1 so far, with Sylvanas being taken down here from the side by Li Ming. Good job by her, and she's getting the reset, and it's gonna be another reset in the kill of Uther there, and the Lunara is taken down there. And good job by Apical Dominance, capitalizing on their heroics. I did like this engagement that Fat 12 had there on the Merc camp. Like, what's the problem? Let them take the Merc camp. You don't have level 10. Why risk it? So good job there by Apical, and I guess it was more of a situation where Fat 12 kind of overextended there, not having the level 10. Kind of overestimate, or rather underestimating the impact of level 10 heroics there, which is something you never should be doing. And as a result, they actually got a 1 kill, I believe, for 4. So Apical Dominance, they have their curse, but they need to really capitalize on it much better. I feel like they did take the fort, which is a fine choice there, but I feel like they are missing a lot of value as far as minion goes. The second fort here will be taken down by the minions there at the bottom lane. So another victory for them. They need to rotate in now. Yeah, they very good job by that. They need to rotate to the bottom lane, to the mid lane here, secure this fort as well. They still have 13 seconds until the curse is over, so they can definitely go and secure this fort. It's a good job by that, and this is actually a very big advantage for Apical, because not only did they took the curse, there are no more healing wells on the front half of the map here for Fat 12. As we can see, all the forts are done, as well as the respective healing wells. So that means it's gonna be much more harder for Fat 12 to actually contest future tributes. Ooh, an Apical. I love this decision. They do have level 13 there, which allows them to contest it. It's not like they want to contest this boss, but instead they went to check it out to see if they can sniff like a boss. Ooh, and Uther with the Divine Shield on him still will be taken down here. There's no way he'll make it out alive. And nope. Divine Shield wasted. Uther death. And this opens up a free boss here for Apical, and I feel like they should capitalize on it. Looks like they will be doing this. Okay, good job by them. Good decision by them. It's gonna be a 5 for 4 plus Divine Shield down. So they are in the lead there. By the way, Sylvanas, I didn't point it out. Mind control at level 10. Very risky, especially with the Tracer. If you're not gonna mind control, especially risky if it's a Tracer as well as a Li Ming. And Sylvanas immediately punished for choosing mind control, and this is the problem when you're going mind control in general, more so versus a Li Ming and a Tracer. Because versus a Li Ming and a Tracer, that means that whenever you use mind control, you're gonna be static, and when you'll be static, well, that's exactly what Li Ming loves with her skill shots, for players to just not move. And more so with the Tracer, all of a sudden, you know, landing her bomb on you is that much more easier. So not sure if I like this mind control choice here from the Sylvanas. We'll see if she can actually get some value from it, but as it stands, she was immediately deleted when she used it. Uther is gonna be taken down here as well. But the Tracer, but the Tracer is gonna be taken down as well there. Oh my god. Camera, please control yourself. Tracer has been taken down as well as a response. So it's a 1-for-1 situation here between Apical and Fat 12, which of course favors Fat 12 because they are behind in level. Meanwhile, the Haka, by the way, was getting extra value here in the top lane, soaking here, also dealing it with the giant camp here, which is a good job by them. But as it stands, both teams have the level 13 talent. Sure, Apical are ahead. They have level 15, which means they have 8% extra damage from the natural scaling of levels. But they don't have a talent advantage. They don't have a talent advantage, and this is something you often or what you want to look for whenever you make an engagement. Levels do matter, but not as impactful as levels. But we do have an engagement here. The Haka still at the top there, not rotating in time for his teammates here. We do see here from behind has gotten disconnected there, and this is a very big. And there we go. We do have the pals there. From behind is the player on the Muradin there. Oh, I do see Muradin. Weird. I guess maybe because they invited me, and as the blue player team, I can actually see the disconnected. Very interesting. Very interesting. I wonder if Blizzard knows about this, because as a spectator, I feel like I should definitely see on both sides where they're actually disconnected. Okay, so this team fight definitely goes in the favor of Apical Dominance. They have dished out a lot of damage, and as you can see, the Muradin here is very, very, very low here. Uther has used the Divine Shield on the Greymane. The Greymane, as we can see him in the middle here, this kind of mishmash thingy here, trying to go ham on someone, but as we can see, the two targets that are in his immediate vicinity are both very, very healthy. So don't expect much value from the Greymane, doesn't look like it. So it seems like the disconnect is going to be taking longer than it should. I hope it's not serious. I hope he's going to be coming back there. Ready. There we go. So the Muradin is back and is ready in action. But all in all, I feel like they are now on the back foot here on the side of Fat 12. Fat 12, I don't think they can contest this anymore. They've taken a significant amount of damage. The Divine Shield has been used, but it doesn't look like it's going to get any value there. And the Gremlin is kind of stuck here in the knockout position, and he will be taken down there. And this is going to be a 1-for-0. I don't think they can secure another kill there. No. It seems like they have disengaged pretty nicely, and this is going to be another tribute. It's going to go here for Apical Dominance. And Fat 12, they are in a big problem here. They haven't secured a single tribute since the beginning of the game there. And that just, you know, keeps snowballing here more and more as the game progresses. More so because Apical, they actually managed to make the Haka player, the Haka hero rather, work by soaking the experience, and he has done a fantastic job. Let's look a little bit about the stats there. The Haka, 33k, no, sorry. Oh wait, what's the experience then? Experience there. There we go. There we go. This is what I was looking for. So the Haka player with 8,000 experience so far, significantly more than anyone else. I mean, sure, the Li Ming is 7.8k, but it's the Li Ming. So seriously, 500 experience more together with the Li Ming. Like overall, they are doing a very fantastic job. But as expected, the Haka is ahead in experience gain for his team. Of course, he could have done probably slightly better job. But all in all, he's doing a fairly amazing job here, considering he is playing at the Haka, which is an underrated hero. On the bottom lane here, we can see that both Sylvanas and the Muting are pushing and gonna get the fort here. So good job by them, kind of allowing them to catch up ever so slightly by experience. But again, we're in a position where Apical are not only 2 levels ahead, but they're also talent ahead. And they do have the level 16 talents chosen, and I don't think Fat 12 should be in a position to actually contest it. They're trying to deny it, but Uther needs to be very careful here. He is very alone. He does take a lot of damage here. Will he be able to be taken down? No. Ooh, the Divine Shield was kind of baited there by the Li Ming. So Divine Shield is taken down there. And they are trying to contest it, and I just don't like it. I really don't like it. Muradin is taken down. Greyman is taking a significant amount of damage. Divine Shield is down as well here. The Lunara here is getting hit by the Dehaka and will be taken down as well. So 2 for nothing here for Apical, as well as Divine Shield use, and I just don't like the decision to try and fight it. I mean, it was not even an impactful tribute if you look at it. Apical Dominance still don't have their curse, right? So it's like very questionable decision there to go and try to contest it. But as it stands, Apical Dominance managed to take 3 kills there. 2 kills there together with the Divine Shield bait. Ooh, and I like that they're still playing aggressive here. They're going for the flank here with the Haka flank. Is he gonna manage to land his song here on the Uther? And yes, he does. And the Sylvanas is caught in an awkward position. She does get the cleanse. Or does she get the cleanse? No, but it doesn't even matter because she's just being deleted together with the Uther. So it's gonna be a 2 for nothing here. An amazing play there by Apical, capitalizing on the fact that they have level 16 advantage here and getting another kill here in the form of Greymane.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling. Gather tribute. Turn my
So wow, those 3 kills are gonna secure the curse here for Apical Dominance, and this is a very dangerous spot here because oh my god, the boss respawned as well, and they will immediately go for the boss and immediately start channeling. I think they can delay it a little bit. Yes, amazing awareness here by the Malfurion, just kind of being like, well, I don't need to immediately channel it. We can get this extra value from the curse by delaying it ever so slightly, and this perfect play here by Apical Dominance. Doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Getting the boss, waiting with the channeling of the tribute, and now they all of a sudden have this extra 5-10 seconds here on the curse with the boss. And this is a very tough spot here for Fat 12. They do have the level 16 talent, so they're not behind as far as talent to go, but they are again two levels behind. So Apical, they have a very strong push here. Ooh! And the Divine Shield again preemptively used there on the Muradin, which leaves the Greymane without Divine Shield again. And this is a very rough spot here. They keep immediately taken down. The boss is very healthy here, and he will immediately go to the core as soon as he finishes the tower there. Ooh, and the Sylvanas is getting caught here by the Malfurion roots here, so it's gonna be a 2 for nothing kill here. But still, the Uther Ghost, can he do something? No, he cannot. And it's gonna be a Greymane kill here. And this is gonna be game number 3. Gonna go for Apical Dominance here with some decisive and really good play here during the end there, capitalizing on the level 16 there, punishing Fat 12 for their a little bit aggressive playstyle. So yeah,
is victorious.
Good game, Apical Dominance. Good game, Fat 12. I felt like Fat 12. You guys played. I felt like Fat 12 played a little bit too aggressive when they shouldn't have. They didn't have their 16, the tribute there, the tribute 2 out of 3 at the end there. Kind of was a little bit of an overextension by them. They really should not have tried to contest it. They didn't have their 16. They could have contested the 3rd one, the one that gave them the curse. Because they had 16 at that point. So I felt like a little bit of an oversight here by Fat 12. But on the other hand, Apical Dominance, They knew exactly what they're doing. They had good coordination. They had good shot calling. They knew exactly when to go in. They had a talent advantage, and they decided, well, we are going to capitalize on it, and we're going to punish Fat 12, and they did exactly that. So really good game by both teams, and congratulations to Apical Dominance for a 2 versus 1 victory over Fat 12. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I know I had a bit of a mess up at the beginning there with the draft. I thought I had it marked there on my scenes. I'm still pretty new with streaming, so forgive me about this. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my casting, and I hope you enjoyed the things I did afterwards as well. So for those of you who don't know, there's a game going on now on the main channel on Hero Lounge. Check it out on Heroes_Lounge and Twitch TV. So definitely check it out. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.